What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. Is my mic working? Yes, it is. I'm seeing the red bars. Whew, I've been working feverishly on a video that I can't wait to get up for you guys right up until the bell. 10 minutes ago, I finished the video and I'm jumping right into this live stream. So if I'm a little all over the place, apologies for that. But welcome back to another episode of This Week in Physical Media, the show where we talk about every new Blu-ray and 4K release that's coming out this week, tomorrow on Blues Day Tuesday. Today we're talking about releases coming out on August 13th. 2024. Let's get into some real releases this week. Last week we only had a handful. This week we've got plenty to talk about, and I like to talk about it with you guys live in the live chat. Record this show every Monday night live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much to all of you who join me for these. These are always a highlight of my week, and we've already got quite a few people in the chat, and I will shout out to you guys in just a minute here. But if you are watching after the fact, feel free to comment, of course, as always, about your thoughts on these releases. But if you can make it, we'd love to have you join us live on Monday night, because it's always a blast talking about all the new releases and anything else you want to talk about. Film, movies, collecting, physical media, anything in this space is fair game. And I'll answer as many questions as I can tonight, as always. Who do we have here in the chat today? Holy smokes. I'm way behind. Let me go back. I got to get Gus's comment in here. He's always very, very excited about these live streams. Josh Knoll is here as well. Thank you for joining us. Jeffrey Patron, Evil Wax, Film Watcher. Ooh, Film Watcher is here. Film Watcher 96. Not always here. Oh, nice. Watching Disney Legends Awards ceremony for this year. Oh, Josh Knoll said he just returned from D23. Holy. Wow. So you're probably a little tired. Yeah, you're a little tired. But hopefully we can entertain you this evening. Connor Nielsen's here. Kevin House is here. Ethan Edwards. Dan's Den, lots of folks here. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into the new releases, and we'll talk to you as we go. All right, new releases screen here. August 13th, 2024, Blu-ray.com. And jumping into a big one here, most popular release of the week. Couple different versions to talk about here. This is a new release, 2024 film, and I actually saw this one in the theater, which is very rare because I don't get out to the theater that much these days. This is a 4K digital combo pack, no Blu-ray on this one, but it's Furiosa. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, right there. Grace and I watched through all of the Mad Max movies for the first time this year to prepare for this release, and it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed watching through those. So this is obviously the new one. This is the prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. I don't need to talk about this movie. Everybody knows what this is. Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth. And do we have any... I guess we don't have any information on the supplements on here. I would like to know about that. I'd be curious about those. But yeah, this is just, pretty simple studio release. Nice standard 4K slipcover with the ugly 4K banner at the top. But if you are, a serious collector and you like steelbooks, I'm a serious collector who doesn't like steelbooks, but we've got a steelbook 4K as well. Let's look at the overview here. There's the front of that. Another image there on the back, and a photo in the inside. Very kind of standard, basic steelbook. Nothing really to write home about here, but it's cool. It's fine. It's a nice way to own it if you want to pick up this film. It includes the digital, but it also includes the Blu-ray. So this is the way to go if you want all three formats. There you go. It is not an exclusive steelbook, so you should be able to get that wherever you buy Blu-ray steelbooks these days, because that's less and less places. But if you can find it, there you go. You should be able to. That is still pre-order pending, so I don't know if it's going to be on sale. It's listed at $55, so that is pretty steep. Even for a steelbook. Is that what steelbooks are going for these days? Let me plug in my phone so we don't die here halfway through the stream. That would be super embarrassing. But there you go. A couple different versions of Furiosa. I'm sure there's just a standard Blu-ray as well. Yeah, there it is. No slipcover on that one. Just a standard Blu-ray. If you still prefer that. A little bit of a cheaper format. But there we go. Furiosa. People are losing their minds about Furiosa in the comments. Fan favorite here on Films by Color. Amongst my subscribers, it looks like. People going crazy for that. And then let's move on, though, to another big fan favorite that I know a lot of people have been excited about for weeks now. We talked about this a few weeks ago now when Criterion announced it. This is the 4K upgrade of The Last Emperor. Here we go. We've had lots of different versions of Last Emperor in the Criterion Collection. There was that Digipack release, that early Digipack release that they used to do with the slipcovers. Then they have a standard Blu-ray release. Now we have the standard 4K release and a Blu-ray combo pack. I think this one, yes, this includes multiple cuts of the film. So there's that long extended cut that's always been talked about. So it's very cool that they're releasing this. I have not decided yet if I want to pick up the Criterion 4K or the Arrow 4K big deluxe limited edition that they released several years ago. If you have that, let me know. Or if you know about the details, I'm considering picking that one up, but maybe the Criterion is good enough. Maybe I can just settle for that. It'll definitely be a lot cheaper, that's for sure. But Last Emperor 1987 finally coming back or being upgraded to Criterion. A lot of people very excited about that. Gus says his version is already shipped, and it just shipped today. So I hope you get that soon, sir. And I hope it is everything that you need it to be. Kevin Gertrin, am I saying that right? Gertrin also pre-ordered the Last Emperor. Okay, this is good. I like this. A full Ayrton 95. I collect steelbooks, and typically they drop to 30 to 35. I don't know why they always list that high at first. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know what that is. I guess that's just like marketing. Is that just psychological? They want you to think you're getting a good deal. But yeah, 30, 35, that's still pretty steep. $35 these days. But I guess 4K, that's what you can expect. Let's see. Connor Nielsen says, thoroughly heartened by all the Furiosa love in the chat. And yeah, people are really freaking out about Furiosa. I'm glad that one resonated with so many people. And I'm glad we're getting multiple releases of it, because it's not a given that every new movie is going to get a 4K these days. Challengers? Anyone? But speaking of 4K, let's go ahead and move on to the next release here. This is the one that the title's talking about. My goofy title that I did for this video. Here we go. We've made it. This is When Titans Ruled the Earth, the 4K Blu-ray box set, which is a beautiful box set. No complaints with how it looks. This is from Arrow Video, kind of similar, kind of along the lines of their Conan box set that they did earlier this year. Conan Chronicles. I also like, I'll go into the positives. I love that they're giving these kind of titles, like the Conan Chronicles. Like each box set has its own title, make it kind of its own unique thing. Here we've got, although this one's kind of a mouthful, it's called When Titans Ruled the Earth. I think that's kind of a quote from those movies, so I think it makes sense. It doesn't roll off the tongue, though. It doesn't have that alliteration like Conan Chronicles does. But this is Clash of the Titans, Wrath of the Titans, those mid-2000s CGI monster films, kind of action-adventure, mythological action-adventure films from the mid-2000s. I was all about these films when I was in high school. I saw both of these. I don't know if I saw them in theaters, but I definitely had, I think they might still be back there on the shelf, honestly. I definitely had Blu-rays of these at some point. And when I saw this box that was announced, I was like, man, that's a really pretty box set. I love the artwork on the front. The custom artwork looks amazing. But do I need these movies on 4K? Do I need these movies in a boutique box set? I don't know. I don't think I do. I think I'm fine. I don't know that I would ever go back and watch these again, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the chat if you love these movies and they do hold up. I remember being like kind of mixed on them at the time, even though I was a high schooler and I liked everything. But still, yeah, these I haven't gone back to these over the years. So I don't think this box set is for me. I love Arrow Video's box sets though, and this one's kind of special. It has like it's not really pictured in this video, or in this photo, but I've seen videos of it where it's not just a slipcase like the Conan Chronicles. It actually has a slipcover that goes over the slipcase, which is very, very cool. And like I said, I love to get my hands on it. I love to hold it, but I don't know if I like to own it, and I definitely don't know if I like to pay for it. It's, these box sets are expensive, so I usually reserve them for like movies that I really like and I'm probably going to go back to. So I don't think I'm going to be picking this one up, but let me know if you're going to be picking this one up, and or if you already have picked it up, if you pre-ordered it, let me know, because it's definitely an interesting box set. I hear a lot of people complaining that it's not the 80s Clash of the Titans. I don't know that I would need a box set for that. I would love maybe a limited edition, like from Arrow Video, just a solo limited edition like they do. That would be really cool. This is a really nice digibook though, so I'm kind of happy with this right now, unless they wanted to do like a new restoration or something. But this is a really nice digibook. I'm happy to have this film this way. The other way I would like to have it is if they did another Harryhausen box set, like if Indicator has these 3 Harryhausen box sets that they did, Volume 1, Volume 2, and then the Sinbad box set. These are awesome, and I would love more of these box sets from Indicator. If they were going to do more of those, maybe a Volume 3 and then include Clash of the Titans, that would be awesome. That would be ideal for me, but I think I'm happy with my digibook for now of that one. But yeah, really cool box set. I love the effort that Arrow Video did on this. I love the artists, whoever that artist is that did that work. Looks really great, but let me know if you're going to be picking that one up. $38, so it's not as steep. It's nowhere near as steep as the Conan Chronicles. That was actually really expensive. So I guess you can argue it's worth it if it's only $30. One more here, and then I'll talk to you guys about that in the chat. Game Night, wonderful comedy film from 2018. Wow, I thought this was older. It's actually not that far. I mean, that's still like 6 years ago now, but I thought it was at least a decade old. I remember this one. I actually liked this one a lot when it came out. I heard really good things about it. I don't usually check out comedies that often, but heard so many good things about this one. Had to check it out, and we had a great time with it. I didn't even think about it not having a 4K until now, but I guess this is the first time it's getting a 4K release. Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams, a whole ton of other people. That's not even the whole cast right there. That's just 2 of them. That's a great cast in that movie. And it looks like it's just a standard 4K case. They did not spring for a slipcover on that one. No steelbook either. But if you love that film, that's one you have to have in your collection on 4K. So there you go. Pretty cool. You love to see comedies getting the 4K treatment because it doesn't happen as often as some of the big action tentpole stuff. So that's really cool that Game Night's getting some love there. Let me know if you love that one as well. And let's go back in the chat and see what people are saying. Let's talk to you guys a little bit. Lots of people talking about the Clash of the Titans movies. Dan's Den, the original Clash of the Titans, is a classic of stop motion Harryhausen films. The remake is proper. Yes, so he's not a fan of the remake. Evil Wax pre-ordered Heathers on 4K from Arrow, but delivered it to the wrong address. Oh no! Had to get in touch with Arrow to have them ship another one to me. Asked for a discount, and they offered free shipping. Well, that's cool. Glad you were able to work that out. I love these boutique labels customer services. They're always really great. Carrie Witt, that's a name I don't recognize. Welcome to the stream. Clash. I really wish it was the 80s version. The 80s version is better, and it fits Arrow better anyway. Yeah, that's a good point. That kind of cult classic would really go. I would love a limited edition of it, just kind of like a solo release of that film. That'd be great. Connor Nielsen is talking to somebody else. Connor Nielsen, to be clear, I think the Clash of the Titans remake is awful, but the Nightmare on Elm Street remake is maybe the worst remake I've ever seen. Oh, starting beef there in the comments. I don't know, maybe everyone agrees with that. I've not seen that series or that remake, so I can't weigh in. Let's see. Dan's Den, Game Night, one of the best comedies of the 2010s. Ethan Edwards also, I was surprised how much I enjoyed Game Night. Same, that's exactly the experience I had. I had already heard a bunch of good things about it, and I was still kind of skeptical going in because I'm not a big modern comedy fan, but it was great. I couldn't... Jesse Plemons, thank you. Someone brought up Jesse Plemons. He's incredible in Game Night. No spoilers, even though it's 6 years old, but Jesse Plemons is always good. Is he never not good? He's amazing. Jeffrey Patron, 4K of Game Night. How could that possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay? Yeah, lots of people in the comments. Oh, Ethan Edwards says Psycho is the worst remake. I have to agree with him there. I haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street remake, but Psycho wins. Speaking of box sets, this is not a boutique box set, but next we've got a Sony Pictures box set. Very, very cool they're doing this, but the price, that price tag, $231. I don't know why they put an extra dollar in there, but this is the Three Stooges box set that was announced quite a few months ago, maybe, and I was really interested, but that's a really expensive price tag, but it looks great. Look at that, Blu-ray box set, 20-disc Three Stooges Blu-ray box set, 5 different cases in there. I love everything about this. This looks amazing. I wish studios would do box sets like this more. I have no frame of reference for the Three Stooges. I did not grow up with Three Stooges. I don't even think I've ever seen an actual full Three Stooges film or short. I mean short. There's 3 cases of shorts and 2 for the films, and I know nothing. So this is not for me. This one I can't just drop $230 on something that I'm not even sure if I'll like or not. I have a feeling I'd like it. I like other silent comedies from this era. This is a little bit of a different thing, but yeah, super prolific. I don't even know if this is everything, but this is a ton. I wish I could see how many shorts it is. Does it say? 109. It says 190 seasons and 8 movies. I don't know why it says seasons. Maybe that's just how their website is set up. Maybe it's just 190 shorts and 8 movies. So tons of stuff in there. I'm sure it's worth the price tag. I just don't have $230 to drop right now. Hopefully that one comes down in price, goes on sale pretty soon, and hope the restorations are great. Sony's known for the restorations, so hope those Blu-rays look really good. It would be really cool. Gus says, DJ, just YOLO it. I can't. I don't have that kind of money. Unless you want to, share some with me, Gus. I can't pick that one up. Another 4K we have for another new movie. Lots of new movies this year. This is listed as a 2023 movie, but I didn't hear about it until this year. I saw so many ads for this movie this year. So many trailers for movies I was seeing were showing this movie. This is the Bikeriders, starring Austin Butler, who I can't get away from. I feel like he's in every movie I go see this last couple of years. It also has Tom Hardy in it. There he is. Wow, he looks different these days. His hair is looking different these days. But there you go. The Bikeriders. I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot about it. Or at least I've seen the trailer a lot of times. But that's coming out, getting all 3 versions, Blu-ray, 4K, and digital. And I'm sure there's just a standard Blu-ray as well, getting a release. Yeah, there it is down there. But if you love that movie and you want to give it the 4K treatment, you can get it right now on Amazon for $28. And I'll try to put links down in the pinned comment below and in the description for you guys after this video so you can get those and support the channel at no additional cost to you if you would like to do that. Next up is one I'm actually really excited about. This is Warner Archive Blu-ray for Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost and Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. So we talked about this several months ago now when they did a release of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, and all the conversation was about, well, first of all, everyone was mad that they included Return to Zombie Island as a 2-pack. This kind of makes it a little bit better, though, because if they are planning to release the other ones, or at least the first couple that were the good ones, as Scooby-Doo fans would say, it's okay, because at least we're still getting Witch's Ghost and Alien Invaders. I didn't know if they were going to release any more. It looks like they are. They released that big box set of Hanna-Barbera classic stuff earlier this year, as well as Zombie Island. And now we're getting Witch's Ghost and Alien Invaders, which is great. Hopefully they finish it out and do Cyber Chase and Legend of the Vampire. I think that's the era of Scooby-Doo films that I would like to have to show my kids. After that, they started going into the What's New Scooby-Doo era, and the films weren't as good, in my opinion. And they switched actors. That's when we did the big switch over. Casey Kasem passed away, unfortunately, and we switched over to Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, who I never liked as much. He's great. I mean, it's great. There's no other way to do it. The actor passed away, but I'll always be a Casey Kasem fan. So there we go. That's very cool. A double feature from Warner Archive. I love that they're showing some love to some early animation there, Witch's Ghost, Alien Invaders. And yeah, we'll see if they continue that line moving forward. Let me know if you guys are any of my Scooby-Doo fans out there. Dan's Den is already raving about Cyber Chase and Haven of Horror. John's here. Welcome to the stream, John. Both of them talking about Cyber Chase. Yeah, that's next up. That's the 4th one. So if they do another one, you're definitely going to get Cyber Chase. Let's move on to some other 4Ks here. This one is from Shout Factory, getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. The Delta Force. This is Chuck Norris. So a lot of Chuck Norris movies coming out from Vinegar Syndrome lately, but Shout Factory's jumping on the bandwagon too. An MGM film from Shout Studios, Chuck Norris and Lee Marvin. There you go. I know nothing about it, but if you're a fan of that movie, it's getting a 4K, so you gotta support it. You gotta support Shout. And then we've also got a 4K from Kino Lorber, Bob Le Flambeur, getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack, a 1956 film noir crime heist movie. Love the cover art on this one. This is great. I love Kino Lorber slipcovers. Glad they did one for this, and I'm glad it's getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. That's very cool. 1956. We just watched Double Indemnity last night, so I'm in a very film noir mood. Actually, we've watched a couple film noirs. We watched Laura the night before. My wife's a huge film noir fan. She loves them. So when it's her night to pick, that's usually what we're watching. She picked Laura, and then she also picked Double Indemnity, which we just watched. So yeah, That looks cool too. I am not familiar with it, but I hope it's great. You never know with Kino Lorber. They do a lot of different stuff, but who knows? Well, some people know, and let's talk to them. This is Clinically Abrasive. Very excited for I'm not going to butcher the name again, but for the film we just talked about. So he's going to be picking up that 4K. And Posty says my cat is named after Lee Marvin. Is his name Lee or Marvin? Or Lee Marvin? Some people name their cats like full names like that. Dan's Den hasn't seen that film either, so maybe you can check it out. I don't know if Dan's Den collects physical media or if he just watches a lot of movies, but let me know. Internet user says Kino Lorber is releasing 2 Jean-Pierre Melville films tomorrow. Okay, well, we'll get to the next one in just a minute here. So let's pop back over and see what else is coming out this week. Is this the other one? Yep, this is the other one right here. I think so. Yep, this is the same director. I should have just kept going for one more. But here we've got Le Doulos 4K Blu-ray combo pack from 1963. So the next decade, but another crime thriller. Maybe a little less film noir-y, a little bit more 60s, but there you go. Not as cool of a cover, in my opinion. I don't love that cover. It's just a guy standing there in a trench coat with a red gradient background, a radial gradient. But I love the custom artwork of the other one. But who knows? I'm sure this is a great movie in its own right, and it is also 4K Blu-ray combo pack, and it's only $27 right now on Amazon. You can't beat it. I mean, you can't beat Kino Lorber with their prices. You can do all the flashy stuff. You can do the box sets and the limited editions and all the other boutique stuff. But Kino Lorber has the prices down. Let's just hope that the transfers match. This is Mirror Mirror getting a 4K release from Dark Force Entertainment, which includes a slipcover, a very beautiful but horrific looking slipcover. We talk about Dark Force Entertainment from time to time. They seem to focus on horror movies specifically. And this is a 1990 horror thriller for $35 right now on Amazon. Mirror Mirror. Is it like a modern update on Snow White at all? Maybe. Maybe so. We were doing a lot of those in the 90s. How many Shakespeare modern updates did we do in the 90s? I feel like we did a ton. Another new release from this year that's painfully far down the list. I don't know a lot of people that really loved this one. I didn't hear a lot of good things about it, but it's If, getting a 4K release from this year, 2024. It's 4K digital only, and it does include a slipcover. And of course, it has a nice purplish blue spine on that slipcover, which you gotta do. If they didn't do that, that would be a huge missed opportunity. But there you go. Fantastic film that's perfect for the whole family, says this critic from Screen Rant. They're putting Screen Rant critics? Okay. But there you go. Ryan Reynolds, directed by John Krasinski. Did not catch that one in the theater, but I did watch Inside Out 2 over the weekend with the family, so similar theme. Black Mask is getting a 4K. Is this a re-release? I feel like we already got this, and this is kind of just a standard edition re-release. That is just a 4K Blu-ray combo pack right now from Warner Brothers. And we've also got another Warner Archive collection release all the way back from 1940, which I'm much more interested in. This is Northwest Passage in Technicolor, Book 1, Rogers Rangers. What a title on that thing. That's a mouthful. Starring Spencer Tracy, which is a great, great sign. 1940. I love the 40s, especially 40s action films. Mark of Zorro, one of my favorite movies, just in general. I got a Cohen film release of Mark of Zorro. Haven't seen the silent film version yet, but I do want to watch that one as well. But there it is, Northwest Passage, getting a lovely release from Warner Archive, consistently putting out lesser-known films every single month, and really appreciate that. And this looks really cool. What is this? Dick Tracy RKO Classic Collection. So 4 Dick Tracy movies from RKO getting a Blu-ray release. That's actually really cool. RKO Pictures Collection. See, I love this kind of artwork. It's a little weird, though, that they have like all the different poster styles just kind of mashed up. You can't really see behind me. Let me see if I can move it over here. You see that? There's like a real photograph mixed in with the artwork. All this artwork looks great together, but then you've just got this real guy with 2 gagged women over there that stands out a little bit. But the rest of the artwork I like a lot. And I don't know what VCI is. We've talked about them a little bit, but they don't have too many releases. Very small label. Comes up every now and then, but that looks like a really cool release from them. I love collections. That's actually what my video was that I just talked about. I pulled down a bunch of box sets. If you could see my desk right now, I've got like 20 different box sets all over my desk. And That's what the video is about. So I can't wait to get that edited and up for you guys, especially this new collection that I just picked up. These just came in the mail today. I'll give you guys a sneak preview before they show up in a video, but look at these. Look at these. I found a seller selling all 3 limited edition Fassbinder box sets from Arrow Video. An amazing price on these, so I couldn't pass them up. These are incredible. Some of my favorite looking box sets, but we'll talk about those in that video. So keep it on the down low. What are people saying in the comments here? Let's see. Michael Smith, Mirror is twice as good as Tarkovsky's Mirror. Simple math, people. I thank you for turning that into a joke because I got scared there for a second. Dance Den. It was a weirdly toned film. Okay, so maybe he's seen Mirror. Carrie Witt, Mirror is not an update of Snow White. LOL. Okay. You got to check. You just got to check. Griff says Mirror is like The Craft, not like Snow White. The Craft. Okay. Josh Knoll, I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed If. Something about it just made me happy. Well, good. That's great. I can't say anything because I haven't seen it. I can only go off what people have told me. Let's see. Michael Smith, Posty, the actual name is Mirror to Electric Boogaloo. Sorry, he's talking to Posty. I shouldn't read his comments aloud. Kevin House, how did you like Double Indemnity and Laura, 2 of the greatest noirs ever made? They are. They're great. I loved both of them. Grace's genre more so than mine, so she absolutely loved them. I think she gave them both like 5 stars on Letterboxd. Something about film. I loved them both. It's just not like my favorite genre, but I'd give them high marks as well. Magnitude Rev, who leaves a lot of comments on the channel, but I haven't seen in live streams very often. Welcome to the stream. It's not a release for this week, but announced this week. Vinegar Syndrome's announcement, The Poetry of Lee Chang-dong 4-film box set is beyond exciting. Director of Burning and Secret Sunshine. Thank you for that, because I would love to keep up more with announcements. This is the first step, is this show talking about all the new releases. I'd love to do another show in some format, talking about like announcements. I'm doing that a little bit with Criterion, but I'd love to branch out and talk about more of that stuff, stay in the loop a little bit more. Maybe eventually down the road when I finally start a Discord and you guys can publicly or like message me and keep me up to date on that a little bit more, that would be a good time to do that show. But thank you for that. I think I heard a little bit about that, but I don't know anything about that director. But what else are people saying here? People talking about Dick Tracy. I want to hear this because I'm interested in that set. Dan's Dan, when I did a video on Warren Beatty's Dick Tracy specials, I watched so many of those B-movie Dick Tracy features. Jeffrey Patron says Dick Tracy meets Gruesome is a new little picture. Ethan, most VCI releases have less than stellar transfers. Yeah, it looked like a smaller label, a low budget label, which is cool. I'm glad they're showing some love to those films. Internet user says Dick Tracy meets Spencer Tracy. And Kevin House, last one here. I first saw Northwest Passage in high school and used to love it. The film has some great scenes and was shot in beautiful Technicolor. Yeah, I love that era of action films, kind of like, what's his name? I can never remember his name. Errol Flynn. Like, I love Errol Flynn films. I would love a box set of his stuff at some point. I've seen several of his films. But yeah, that era is really fun. And those guys are crazy because they're doing it like just like dirty, like no wire rigs. They're just like jumping all over the place, jumping off bridges. The stuntmen were crazy in that time. So I love going back to that kind of stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Just Mercy getting another 4K. I don't know if it's a re-release or the first time that it's on 4K, but that was a Michael B. Jordan film from 2019. Came out a couple years ago. We've also got The Bat Whispers, which is an amazing title, also from VCI, Restored Collector's Edition. 83 minutes from 1930, even earlier on that one. A master criminal terrorizes the occupants of an isolated country mansion. Very cool. Master criminal. Haunting people. 1930 horror. I'm down for that. Another Warner Archive release that's coming out this week is Idiot's Delight, which is a musical comedy. Look at this. Look at that. Oh. It's directed by Clarence Brown. How do I know that guy? Who is that actor? I totally know that actor right there on the front. Robert Sherwood? Robert Sherwood. That's fun. Another 1930s film from 1939 and a musical comedy. So all kinds of stuff being released by Warner Archive, from Scooby-Doo, 1990s Scooby-Doo to 1930s musical comedies. We've also got from Warner Archive Harem Scarum, which is a drama, listed as a drama, but it looks like a lot of fun. It's starring This is listed as a drama? How is this a drama? Are we sure we didn't mix up the musical comedy genre over here? It's Elvis in a rockin', rollin', swingin' spoof. This has got to be a comedy. They had to have listed this wrong. But look at that. That, I'm sure, is full of things that did not age well at all. Harem Scarum. You won't believe it when you see it. Wait, you still won't believe it when you see it. Okay, that's an interesting twist on that phrase. Then we've got Observe and Report. Shout Factory releasing a Shout Select release of Observe and Report. That's an interesting, I guess Shout Select is kind of, all over the place with what they release. But there's a Seth Rogen stoner comedy from 2009. Very short, 86 minutes on that one. I guess that's all you need. Get in, make them laugh, and get out. Then we've got Navajo Joe, a Blu-ray release from Kino Lorber. Not a 4K on this one, but still includes your slipcover. Starring Burt Reynolds. Lovely artwork there on the front of Navajo Joe. From 1966, a Western film coming out from Kino Lorber. And their Blu-rays are only $17.50, even cheaper, obviously cheaper than the 4Ks, but that's super cheap for a boutique title. And then we've got this 4K Blu-ray digital HT. What is this? Oh, this is Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga black and chrome. I didn't realize. So they did this for Mad Max. Why is this so low on the list? People don't know about this? They did this for Mad Max Fury Road. They did a black and white version. They called it the black and chrome edition, but it looks like they're doing it for Furiosa as well. But for some reason, it's not as popular. It's all the way down here on the list. But it is a 4K Blu-ray and digital combo pack from Warner Brothers, releasing this week as well. And if you like that movie and you want to see what it looks like in black and white, it's weird that they're kind of separating those. You think they would just include that on the regular edition, but you got to buy them separately, which is interesting. I wonder, you got to be like a completionist, right, to buy both versions? That seems like a little missed opportunity, but that's coming out this week as well, if you do want to watch that. And back to Criterion, also a little too far down on the list, is Brief Encounters, The Long Farewell, 2 films by Kira Muratova. Criterion release, 2 films, 1967 and 1971. These are romance drama films from Kira Muratova. And there you go. Beautiful artwork on this. I love this. I love this kind of taped together, patched together collage, like realistic style packaging that they did for this. And I can't wait to look into those. I have not done any research on those individual films. Let me know in the chat if you know any more information about those than I do. But that is a beautiful looking release from Criterion. And I can't wait to learn more about that. Speaking of the chat, let's see what people are saying over here while I take a little water break. All right. Michael Smith, still haven't got my Vinson sale haul. They always take a month or more to ship. Are you talking about the halfway to Black Friday sale haul? Because that's crazy. Maybe you're talking about the partner sale, because they did like another sale like right after it. Maybe you're talking about that one. But yeah, sorry, man. Hopefully you get that soon. Oh, Michael Smith says I meant Severin, not Vincent. Okay. I was going to say, that Vincent was a long time ago. Hope you get your Severin haul very soon. Ethan Edwards, if you like Errol Flynn and haven't seen Robin Hood, it is a gorgeous Blu-ray. I have seen Robin Hood. It's right back there on the shelf. One of my favorites. Probably a top 3 Errol Flynn movie for me. But there's another one. Oh, man. Which one? What is it called? It's called Captain something. And it's like a pirate movie. It's like lots of swashbuckling on actual boats. It's beautiful. Posty, I got the VCI release of Street Scene. That came out a few months ago, and the transfer... Captain Blood! That's what it's called. I thought of it. That came out a few months ago, and the transfer is good, but it's pretty bare bones. I think they might focus on stuff that is public domain. Probably. That makes sense since they're a smaller label. They can't really afford the rights to bigger stuff. Connor says it's 1939, so I gotta get it. That's true. I do consider myself a amateur 1939 collector, so I guess I do have to get that one. Dan Sten says Harem Scarum sold as a comedy, but it was secretly the dramatic role that Elvis was always looking for. Oh, wow. That's great. That's what you want to see. That's what people want. They want to be sold a comedy spoof and then go to see a super serious dramatic role for Elvis. That's a great way to sell a movie. Carrie Witt, Harem Scarum is a romp, not a good film, but definitely a romp. Let's see what else people are saying. Kevin House, speaking of not aging well, this better not be a jab at me coming up. There is a scene in Northwest Passage with a stereotypically drunken Indian that really bothered me the last time I watched it. Okay. Well, thanks for the heads up on that one. Slipmakers here. Welcome to the chat. This reminds me of The Mist in black and white, especially given the not so great CGI in the film and how it's sort of Twilight Zone-y. Do you believe The Mist is superior in black and white? Well, I haven't seen it, but that's definitely a benefit of black and white, is the effects can hold up a little bit better. That's another thing. We talked about Psycho earlier. I think part of I don't think that movie's great anyway, but part of what that remake does, the fact that it's in color makes it so much worse. It makes that ending scene so silly looking and like it doesn't work. Black and white really helps that movie as well. Of course, Hitchcock helps it a lot too. Carrie Witt, the chrome version of Fury Road was really good. However, I don't think it's better than the original. The way Miller used those colors was key. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I see it as a cool experiment, but like the color of Fury Road is like what? That's one of the defining features of it. And I love it. And I would love to get a release of that film. I don't own that film. Like I said, we watched them all for the first time this year. Absolutely love Fury Road. Got to get myself a copy of that. But I think I'll stick with the color version because that is beautiful looking film. Unless they have a release that has both. Then I'll just get that. Next up, we're on The Ginger Dead Man, which is an amazing title and an amazing cover. Look at this. The Ginger Dead Man. Ooh, Gary Busey. What am I looking at? What is this? Directed by Charles Band, The Gingerbread Man, totally remastered. I've never totally remastered. It's totally remastered from the original elements. Man, horror comedy, obviously. The Ginger Dead Man from Full Moon Features. There you go. $22. Halloween spooky season's coming up. Maybe pop that one into the rotation. Ginger Dead Man. Also, in the similar vein, we've got Demons getting a 4K release from Synapse Films. Just a 4K Ultra HD, no Blu-ray on this one. But Dario Argento presents, not directed by, but just presents. They slapped his name on there. Their evil becomes an orgy of bloodshed. That's what I want to hear right before I go to bed. $26 though, if you want to get Demons. That seems like a very generic title that there's probably a bunch of movies called. The People's Joker. I heard a lot about this one, a lot of buzz about this one, mostly just because they didn't get sued, surprisingly. But of course a boutique label is going to pick this up. This is a very unique piece, and it's got an interesting slipcase. Oh, it's Altered Innocence. That's cool. A partner label of Vinegar Syndrome that I've been interested in, but haven't picked up any yet. This is a 2022. This is 2022 already? I feel like we were just talking about this. Holy, that's a long time ago. This is a Diabolique DVD exclusive, though, because they are no longer partnered with Vinegar Syndrome. They jumped ship the same time Deaf Crocodile did a couple months back. And here we go. Diabolique exclusive. Comes with a slipcover. If you want to see what that's all about, there you go. Little indie film with the Joker IP, I guess. War of the Buttons. Ooh, interesting. I've heard of this, actually. War between two Irish youth gangs consists of removing and retrieving buttons from each other's clothing. I don't remember where I heard of this. I think I was looking at, and I could be completely wrong, but I think I was looking at family films, like highly recommended family films on people's Letterboxd lists. I found a list, and it included this War of the Buttons film. It looks a little interesting, but Warner Archive this is cool. Warner Archive putting this out. I'm gonna have to add this to the wish list because I'm interested to check this out. I think it's an Irish film. No, that's what it was. It was a list of Irish films back in March when we were watching a lot of Irish films for St. Patrick's Day. A lot of people recommended this one, and I don't think there was a good release at the time. So really cool that Warner Archive's putting this out. 1994, War of the Buttons, only $22. Very cool. Maybe look into that one if you're interested. We've also got The Stars Fell on Henrietta, getting a Blu-ray release from Warner. Warner Archive is dropping so much stuff this week. Here we go, in 1995, kind of Laura Ingalls Wilde-looking film. This is just a straight-up drama film in this time period. So there you go, 1995, PG film, so maybe another film you can watch with the family. Stars Fell on Henrietta, probably a little serious, maybe older kids. And then we've got some re-releases down here that we've already talked about in the past. 99 River Street, getting a re-release. I think this is a re-release. Maybe this is the first time. I actually have this movie back there. But there you go, 1999 River Street getting a release from Kino Lorber. Maybe for the first time, but maybe a re-release. We talk about so many movies on this show, it's hard to keep them all straight. I think one more here that I'll mention is... Actually, two more. I'll mention Top Line from 1988, coming out from Cauldron Films. This looks like a kind of Schwarzenegger Stallone knockoff 80s action film, action adventure film from 1988. And then we've got one more from Kino Classics. I always want to mention the Kino Classics that come out because I love that they're still putting these out. This is Lillian Gish in Annie Laurie from Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, 1927 silent film based on the true-life historical feud between the McDonalds and the Campbells. This tale of the Scottish Highlands concerns one clan's abduction of a young girl from their rivals, leading to unexpected romantic entanglements and ultimately a resolution between the warring families. Well, spoiler alert right there in the synopsis. Annie Laurie, another silent film put out by Kino Classics, available for $22 right now on Amazon. So everything you could think of this year. We've even one more thing I want to mention. I keep seeing new things. This is a Cohen Media Group. I mentioned them earlier when I was talking about Zorro. This is June Zero, a film from 2022. I love Cohen Media. Very, very small label, but you can buy their stuff through Kino Lorber's website, and I've got a couple of films from there. All I've really, really liked. They have a good selection. They're very particular about what they pick up. They don't have that many releases, but highly recommend Cohen's releases. They always have unique stuff that other labels aren't putting out. So check them out if you haven't checked them out yet. And June Zero is coming out this week from them. All right, let us wrap this up. We're right at about 42 minutes. We'll talk for about 15 more minutes here with you guys in the live chat. Anything you want to talk about, collecting, boutique labels, physical media that's coming out, stuff you're picking up, stuff you've been watching lately. Anything you want to talk about, let me know, and we can get the conversation going here. We got about 15 more minutes in the show. Thank you guys for watching live if you're here or after the fact. I'll go ahead and tell you what I've been watching lately. You already saw what I've been buying lately with the Fassbinder box sets, but I've been watching through this Jacques Demy box set. Look at this. This is great. I've only got one left to watch. I had already seen Donkey Skin, Young Girls, and Umbrellas years ago, but finally got back to this box set, and we just watched Lola, which is his first debut feature, which is crazy, amazing, that he just came out like fully formed. Jacques Demy he had his style like down. Lola is his first feature, and it's already a quintessential Jacques Demy film. And then you've got Bay of Angels, which you watched last night, which is very different from any of his other stuff, but I also loved quite a bit. I've only got one more movie in that box set, and I'm going to finish that one. So that's what I've been watching over the last few days. Let me know what you guys have been watching. Jeffrey Petrone, Elvis Presley movies are a bit odd in a word, confounding when you factor in his work with Don Siegel. Yeah, I remember a couple months ago, you, Jeffrey, were watching through a bunch of Elvis movies. I saw those on your Letterboxd. So I'll take your word for that one. Internet user, are we getting black and chrome editions of these live streams? I guess I could do that. I would just have to flick a couple settings and put it in black and white. But I'm Films by Color, so no, we can't do that. That's off-brand. Let's see, Roland666, The Devils and Fright Night 2 really need Blu-rays bad. That's always a great topic for a video. I'd love to do I don't know if I could do that broad, but I'd love to hone in on Criterion and do I actually been putting together a list on Letterboxd recently, so I'd love to do a video talking about 10 movies I'd love to see, or maybe even more. Films I'd love to see get Criterion releases. That's always a fun topic to talk about. Dan's Dan, The Ginger Dead Man, another one of those crazy Charlie Band franchises that he drove into the ground. Interesting. Is that the same guy who did Jack Frost? It looks kind of like Jack Frost. Gus says, The Gingerbread Man was all I wanted to get this year. I think he meant Ginger Dead Man. Maybe not. Maybe he's talking about a different franchise with Ginger and Men. Carrie Witt, they do have a release that has both Fury Road releases, also currently on sale at a few places. Oh, thanks for the information. I will have to get that because I don't own that yet. Haven of Horror, I didn't know Demons was getting a 4K. That movie rocks. Well, there you go. That's why we do this show. Got to stay in the loop. Gary Busey is in the movie for about 4 minutes. Are you serious? They put his name that big on the top, and he's only in it for 4 minutes? That's about as bad as selling a Elvis drama as a spoof. Luna P, welcome to the stream. A name I don't immediately recognize. My People's Joker Blu-ray arrived today from Diabolique. Awesome. That's cool. That I love when I never pre-order things, but people always tell me it's great because you get it a couple days early. I should probably do that since I have a YouTube channel. It'd be great to get those up early. But yeah, for some reason, I don't take advantage of that. But it's really cool. I do have a pre-order coming from Deaf Crocodile, a Kickstarter pre-order from Deaf Crocodile coming soon, any day now. They've told me it's shipped, but haven't got it yet. So hopefully I can get that soon and do a video for you guys. I'm really excited for that box set that's coming out. Henry Bidenkamp, R of the Buttons was a better film than the remake. Oh. So what are you saying? Is the 94 version the remake, or is there a remake of that version? I can't tell what you're saying by that comment, but let me know which one I should watch first, in your opinion. Ethan Edwards, Boy with the Green Hair is a good Warner Archive family film. I just was looking at that recently on eBay. They have, I think there's I think there's an Arrow version too, maybe not, but I definitely was looking at that recently. I think Jeffrey told me about that film. Looks super weird, but I'm curious to check that one out. Roland 666, the Severin Films release of Dario Argento's opera has to have a replacement disc. Messed up the color correction. Ugh, that's a bummer. I have not had to do that yet, but I know that happens. That's happening a lot lately, unfortunately. I know there was some problems with the recent Eric Romer Tales of the Four Seasons box set, where the supplements didn't have any subtitles, which is a problem because they're all in French. I don't know if they even corrected that, though. I didn't hear about any replacement program. Carrie Witt, I remember seeing Demons at the local mom and pop video store. I was young. Those horror VHS boxes of the day, a la Basket Case, Reanimator, etc., left an impression to say the least. Yeah, that's something that kids don't have to worry about these days. I guess you can just be horrified by just like scrolling through a streaming service and see something you shouldn't see. Dan's Den, The Stars Fell on Henrietta, one of the few movies that Clint Eastwood produced and didn't direct or star in. Interesting tidbit. Film Watcher 96, man, not gonna lie, Kino have been putting out some cool titles lately, and so many. They really stole the show today. We don't really give an MVP on this show, but it seems like we have to give it to Kino today because they put out so much stuff. Tons of stuff today. Ethan Edwards says, I have 99 River Street, so definitely. Yeah, I thought it was a re-release. I thought I remember talking about that recently. Gus Amaretti, it looks like Romancing the Stone knockoff. That's what I thought originally, like just the pose of it. But when I zoomed in, it was like, oh, this is like a super, like muscular macho man like Commando or something. So it looked a little different when I zoomed in. But yeah, that pose looks like it was ripped straight out of Romancing the Stone, which is another movie that I hear that's on people's wish lists for an Arrow release. I think that'd be a good fit. Don't you think? Limited edition for Romancing the Stone from Arrow. Michael Smith, Got Annie Laurie, looks great. Gish is it Gish or Jish? Is my fave silent actress. Oh, interesting. That's very cool. Then you got to grab that one. Man, I'm way behind in the chat. Let me speed up a little bit here so we can finish up this stream. Slipmaker, we love movies about feuds with the McDonald's family. See also The Founder. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Brian Hatzel's here in the chat. Demons is a ton of fun. Set in a movie theater. Oh, I like I've heard of that. I've heard, anyway, long story short, I was on a podcast called Boutique Talk, so I was watching other episodes leading up to, so I could kind of get a feel for what the podcast was like over on Steelbook Obsessed's channel, and one of the episodes was about this movie, and I remember them talking about Demons because it seemed like a lot of fun, and I love movies set in movie theaters. There's one of the shorts in one of the movies, this is a really weird thing to say, Pierre Atax, nothing like Demons at all, but this is a wonderful director who did comedies, and he did a vignette film called As Long as You've Got Your Health, with 4 different shorts all about like just problems of middle-class people, and one of them takes place completely in a movie theater. It's just like slapstick of people being annoying in a movie theater. And I love it. It's great. Everybody check out Pierre Atax. He's awesome. Gus, DJ, Shout Select is having a sale on their releases. Don't tell me that, Gus. I don't want to hear about any more sales. There's been 50 sales this summer. I got no money left. But maybe I'll check that out. There's a couple titles from Shout Select that I'd like to get. I don't know. Does it include their like Studio Ghibli stuff? Because I'd love to get some of those steelbooks. Carrie Witt watched my new-ish Criterions of After Hours and Some Like It Hot. Both are so great. I've seen both of those, and they are both great. I prefer After Hours, one of my favorites that I watched several times when it came out last year. Evil Wax needed to do a movie binge watch on all the 4K stuff I purchased in July. Watched 7 movies over the weekend. Holy smokes. Including Willy Wonka, Touch of Evil, Wizard of Oz, and Risky Business on Saturday. The Willy Wonka 4K looks incredible. And they fixed the framing and everything. It's great. So I hope you enjoyed that. I would love to watch the 4K of Wizard of Oz. I don't own that yet. There's a new 4K edition of Wizard of Oz coming out in like a couple months that someone told me about in a recent video. Thank you guys so much for keeping me up to date on those. So I might have to pre-order that one because it's way cheaper than the one I talked about last week that I wanted to get. It's like $160. This one's only like $52 or something like that. So I might have to check that one out. Maybe you should, well, you already got it, so you don't have to check it out. Internet user, have you and Grace been checking out the Vacation Noir section on the Criterion channel? No, we haven't been taking advantage of the Criterion channel because we've got so much stuff on the shelf. So I've been making an effort to kind of get through the stuff that I haven't seen yet. So we've been watching a lot of physical stuff downstairs. But I did see that collection on there. We watched the trailer for it. It looked really cool. Doug Waddle? Doug Waddell. I'm going to say that. I ordered a couple of Radiance films after seeing your video about them. I haven't been able to watch them yet, but Radiance looks promising for sure. Same. Thank you. I'm glad my video was helpful. Unless you spent too much, then I apologize. But yeah, they had some really cool releases, and I'm excited to check them out. Here we go. Bailey Walsh. Model Shop is a kind of sequel to Lola. I did not know that, but I've been wanting to pick up Model Shop. There is a Twilight Time release that is obviously out of print because the whole company shut down, but there's also an Arrow video release. I think I'm going to go with the Arrow video release because I think the supplements are a little better on that one. But that's definitely one I want to pick up. I would love to get all of Jacques Demy's filmography. He didn't make that many movies, but some of them, I don't know if they're ever going to get releases. I know Model Shop has a release, and The Pied Piper has a release. Also from Twilight Time. Is it Twilight Time? I can't remember who put it out. I want to get that one as well. I watched that. It's on the Criterion channel right now. And but there's some of his movies that are super, super hard to get your hands on. And I don't know if they'll ever get Blu-ray releases. Like the comedy that he did that's called like A Rapidly Pregnant Man or something like that. Crazy looking movie. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to get that one, but I am really, really liking Jacques Demy. I've liked all 5 of the films I've seen so far. So, well, 6, I guess. I watched The Pied Piper. Posty Cirque's Imitation of Life needs a Criterion 4K so bad. Yeah, interesting. So there's not enough Cirque in the collection. Ethan Edwards Criterion needs to do a Manuel de Oliveira said he's the most underrepresented great director on Blu-ray. Okay, so people giving me feedback and ideas for that video I was going to do. Joshua Andrews, making my way through Paul Verhoeven 4Ks the past week. Watched Total Recall, Starship Troopers, and Basic Instinct. Love them all. Dang, that's a jam-packed week. Laren McMullen is here. DJ, how are you this evening? I'm doing great. I'm talking to you guys about movies, and what could be better? I filmed a video right before this, and now we talked about new releases, and now we're talking about what people are watching. So welcome to the stream. Hope you have a good time. Hope everyone else is having a good time this evening as well. Kevin House, I absolutely love Our Vines Have Tender Grapes, a terrific 1954 family film on Warner Archive. Edward G. Robinson plays a kindly Norwegian farmer. Interesting. That one I don't think I've heard of, so I'll have to check that one out, add that one to the wish list. Carrie Witt, just wanted to say I am a new subscriber and really enjoy the content, DJ. You are enabling my movie watching and movie collecting in the best way possible. Thank you. Well, that's the sweetest thing you could ever say. Thank you so much. I don't know. I enjoy doing this. It's fun for me, but it obviously means a lot when people get something out of the content. I'm not just screaming into the ether. I've got a lot of sweet comments lately. There's been a bunch of new people. We got a whole nother 1,000 subscribers last week during the Criterion sale. So there's been a lot of new comments coming in, and they're all super nice. I love that the comment section has stayed so positive for the most part. Like I'm hesitant. I don't know if I ever want to grow. Like I look at, I love Elliot's channel. Incredible channel, probably my favorite physical media channel. But he's got some very difficult people in his comment section, which, you know, that's fine. They can share their opinions, and I don't mind if people do that here as well. But like, I'm just happy that it stayed so positive so far, and hopefully it stays that way. I don't think I'll ever get as big as Elliot. He's got an incredible channel, but it's a part of me doesn't even want to because of how those how those comment sections look sometimes. But he does a great job responding to them. He's always great about that. Roland666, Kino beats every other label when they have a sale. Yeah. I mean, their prices are already beating everybody else, so when they have a sale, it's ridiculous. Tired Boy, sup, DJ? Did you see that American Story got a 4K announcement? One of my all-time favorite documentaries. Very Napoleon Dynamite-esque. Oh, interesting. No, I didn't see that. Like I said, I'm not as up to date on the news as I would like to be. I try to stay up to date with just what's coming out, but yeah, there's so many announcements every single day. I do follow, like, what is it? The Dawn of the Discs. I follow all their stuff, so I see a lot of stuff that they put out, but there's so much stuff. I can't possibly see all of it, so I do appreciate you guys keeping me in the loop on that stuff. Let's see. Roland also says there is no place to watch Park Chan-wook's remake miniseries of The Little Drummer Girl, starring Michael Shannon and Florence Pugh from 2018. Interesting. I've seen that film on eBay from, I think, a Korean vendor who puts out a release of that. It's shown up several times in my recommended. I don't know anything about the film, but I might have to look more into it now that you mention it. Eva Wax, 2 movies that I most want to see get 4K releases. There Will Be Blood and Amelie. Interesting. Didn't we just get... No. Okay. I didn't even know. I thought we had... I guess I just assumed that we had a good release of There Will Be Blood, but I guess we don't. That's unfortunate. Hopefully, yeah, that could be a good one coming out soon. Internet user, any prediction for the November Criterion announcements? I'm thinking 4Ks of The Third Man, The Straight Story, or something from Paul Thomas Anderson. Well, I certainly hope it's not The Third Man, because I spent quite a lot on the out-of-print Blu-ray, but I guess it's good for everybody if that gets a release. That'd be cool if they got The Straight Story as well. That's great. I've heard rumblings that we're going to get Paris, Texas soon. Maybe not this time, but in the next couple ones. I think that's the rumor going around. But yeah, I don't have any other predictions. I think Paris, Texas. I think people are also talking about Seven Samurai coming up soon in the rotation. Again, not this next time, but like there's a 4K restoration that's going around to some theaters that people are seeing. So they're kind of assuming that that's going to be coming out soon. So if you haven't bought the Blu-ray for that, maybe hold off just a couple more months. Ethan Edwards, do you ever watch 20th and 21st movies or Misfit Pond? They're Georgia-based YouTubers as well that are heavy on Criterion. I have seen Misfit. I'm subscribed to Misfit Pond. I don't think I've heard of the other one you mentioned. But no, yeah, I'm familiar with Misfit Pond. I see their videos when they're in like the same Barnes & Nobles that I go to. I'd love to meet up with those guys at some point because I love their stuff too. Michael Smith, if I was a YouTuber, I would have someone to weed out the haters. Life's too short to deal with those losers. Yeah, I don't think I would have time to pay someone to do that, but YouTube does it by itself sometimes. Like I'll get people who apparently their comments just get deleted, and they blame me. They think I did it, but YouTube just like eats comments sometimes, and I'm like, I've never done that. I would have to look up how to delete comments. Sorry that YouTube did that to you. Oh hey, Gus. Thank you so much, Gus. Gus gives us a super chat for $4.99. If you get super famous, don't forget about your intermentant. Why did I just read that so terribly? That I thought he was saying like internetainment or something, which is a word I've heard before, but he's just saying intermittent friends, DJ. LOL. Sorry for that. Wow, it's getting late here. I'm forgetting how to read comments. But thank you so much, Gus, for the $4.99 super chat. Yeah, I'm in no danger of getting super famous, but I appreciate the motivation, Gus, and I appreciate the $4.99. Really, really appreciate that. Okay, so he just meant internet. Correction. Internet friends, DJ. Well, you got a little more bang for your super chat there by making me look foolish. So thanks for that, Gus. Really appreciate the support as always. That'll go straight to some physical media that will be coming to the channel. I'm going to just continue to try to read everybody's typos because that is much more entertaining. Michael Smith, I would go nuts if we get Third Man in 4K. Yes, a lot of people would. I would be very sad, but I'd be happy for the people that don't have a copy. Carrie, yeah, There Will Be Blood needs a deluxe treatment for sure. My favorite PTA film. Perfect for Criterion. I could see There Will Be Blood going to Arrow or Kino Lorber. I think both of those would be a good fit for There Will Be Blood. Hopefully it happens soon. Let's see, what do we got here? We're right at an hour and are almost to the bottom of the chat here. So let's wrap it up. Any final comments, questions you want to throw in here? We've got Joshua and man, so much interaction tonight, guys. Thanks so much. You guys are great. Always appreciate your conversation. Joshua Andrews, yeah, Plain Archive has massive box set of Little Drummer Girl on 4K. Has a lot of cool physical knickknacks in it. Interesting. Plain Archive. I don't even know if I am familiar with that distributor. Jeffrey Patron, Inherent Vice in the Criterion Collection would be amazing. Roland 666, since Disney took over Fox, Wes Anderson has not had anything new released by Criterion. Yeah, what's up with that? I really need the French Dispatch getting a hopefully 4K release from Criterion. The dude even owns Criterion now, like the guy who's worked with Wes Anderson. So hopefully that happens soon. Isle of Dogs we still need, French Dispatch. All of the shorts he did for Netflix, hopefully we can get those, the Roald Dahl shorts. We're way behind on Wes Anderson stuff. Carrie says, and Criterion could use the Ollie Moss. There will be Blood art from Mondo he did. So great. Interesting. So I didn't know there was a Mondo release of that. Mondo art is crazy. Mondo is, are they technically a boutique label? They put out a lot of studio films, but they kind of feel like a boutique label. They put out great steelbooks. Josh Knoll going to watch The Rescuers tonight. Oh, that's fun. Classic animated Disney movie. I bought a painting by Zach Kincaid of the movie at D23. That's really cool. My kids love Rescuers, and that's one of my wife's favorite Disney movies. I had never seen it growing up. Didn't watch it till I was an adult, but it's really, really good. That was fun. I like Rescuers. Not such a big fan of the sequel. Not so great. But it's fine. It's good. It's like a Fern Gully type thing. But the first one I really like. And I think it's a little bit more iconic, I guess would be the word. Ethan Edwards, The Searchers will probably get a 4K soon since it was in the theaters with a 4K restoration. Its Blu-ray was gorgeous and it's 15 years old, so a 4K would be incredible. VistaVision transfers so well. I'd be down for that one. I haven't seen The Searchers, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. Kevin House, you would love the 20th and 21st Century Movies channel. Ethan mentioned James is great. I'll have to look that up right after the stream. I like to subscribe. I like to, stay in the loop. What are some physical media channels that I like? I like James from, I can't remember what his channel is called, but he puts out all the new, he's gotten huge recently. He's like up to over 100,000 subscribers. His channel's great. He puts so much effort into his videos. Very long, detailed videos about all the 4K upgrades that are coming out. And of course, I'm subscribed to Jeff, Elliot, and then also Mid-Level Media is great. I've been getting really into Mid-Level Media. That guy's a workaholic. He's crazy. I wish I could put out as many videos as he does. He puts out like videos every single day. So good. Love their stuff. What else? Michael Smith. This is my final comment. Okay, well, thanks for joining us for the stream. See you later. Laren, thanks for going live, DJ. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. The Undeclared Nation. Are you and Connor making videos? Has he visited yet? I'm assuming what you're saying. No, he was supposed to visit a couple weekends ago, and he got caught up in that whole Armageddon. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it was huge. Like all the airlines shut down. He was literally stranded in the middle of Las Vegas on his way here, which was terrible. I felt so bad. So our whole trip got canceled. So we were going to go Criterion shopping together. It was going to be great, and that's going to have to wait for another time. We couldn't do that. So unfortunate, but. Another little announcement. I will be going to LA at the end of September. I'm making a trip out there, and I'm going with a friend to Halloween Horror Nights. So we're gonna see and there's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre haunted house this year. There's also like a Universal Monsters one that's apparently using some of the sets, some of the sound stages from that. So that's really cool. I'm gonna get a chance to see the Psycho House and do that tour, which is awesome. But I'm gonna try to meet up with Connor and his brother Spencer. Connor has a twin brother Spencer who lives in LA, and I probably shouldn't be telling you this because I'm gonna jinx the whole thing and it's probably not gonna happen. But the plan is to go to LA and hopefully meet up with those guys and maybe hit up some used movie stores in the area. I know there's some cool ones out there. Or maybe, you know, go to the Beverly and see what's playing there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but hopefully I'll get, you know, to hang out with Connor. I don't know if I'll get very many videos out of that trip. Maybe. I don't know. You guys want to see that? That'd be a weird video for this channel. We don't usually do vlogging stuff except for in Criterion sales, but I'm going to be doing that soon, and hopefully that goes really well and I can see Connor. Kevin Sullivan, Last Embrace from Vinegar Syndrome was fantastic. I've got to get back. I've got to get caught up on the those releases. I have the first 4, but I haven't got the last 2. There's 2, and then they just announced 2 more, so I'm way behind on those. But Last Embrace is definitely one that I want to check out. Carrie needs Asteroid City on Criterion. I do too. That's another one that we're behind on. Evil Wax, I definitely want to see Asteroid City get a 4K, and Ethan Edwards says Connor should have just hitchhiked there. Well, that would have taken forever to hitchhike from Las Vegas all the way to Atlanta, and he did not have that much PTO, I don't think. But I mean, if he was, you know, if he was a true fan, he would get out here for you guys. So yeah, take it up with him. No, Connor's great, and I hope we can see each other soon. Last comment I see here before more come in. Roland666. Any guesses on what the next A24 website exclusive 4K Blu-ray will be? I have no idea, but I am very eager to look at the TV Glows. What is it called? When the TV Glows? As the TV Glows? Something like that. Just came out. Speaking of Connor, he's been raving about that movie. That was his favorite movie this year. Either that or Furiosa. I can't remember which one he liked better. But he just picked up the A24 release of that, and it looks awesome. And he also bought it on digital because he's a madman. He bought it both ways, and he said I could watch his digital version. So hopefully I can check that movie out soon. And I'll let you know what I think of that one. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't liked too many movies from this year, so I'm looking forward to watching that one soon, and hopefully it makes the top of my list. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap up the stream here. Thank you guys so much for all the comments and questions tonight. We had a great back and forth and lots of interaction with you guys. It was a lot of fun. We covered a lot of new releases. If you're watching after the fact, let me know which ones you're most excited for in the comments below and which ones you've pre-ordered or already picked up. And like I said, I'll try to get those links down there for you guys to buy those from in the comments if you so choose. And we'll be back again next week to do another one of these crazy long-winded hour-and-a-half shows. Hope you enjoy the streams. I'm also going to try to get more short videos out, little shorter videos, because I did hear from some of the feedback in some of the comments recently that they would prefer shorter videos. So I've been getting like about 2 videos out a week in addition to the streams. So I think that's a pretty good balance. That's probably as much as I can do, honestly, but hopefully I can keep those coming. We can get a good mixture of different types of content on this channel. You guys are great. Love talking to you guys. Always have a good time. And like I said, we'll be back next week to do it again. But until then, keep collecting, and I'll be back with another one real soon.